傭兵の国を作るか。奴ら本気のようだな。
やっぱり来たか、ウェイン。
ウォルフガング、本当に国を起こそうというのか。
本気だ。伊達や水郷でこんなことを考えはしない。俺たち傭兵がどれだけ虐げられてきたか、お前のような正規兵には分かるまい。俺たちには血生臭い戦場以外に帰るべき場所がない。受け入れてくれる場所もない。だがないならば作るまでのこと。
バーンシュタインやローランディアが黙っていると思うのか。
この独立を考えた時から連中との戦いは覚悟の上だ。
そこまでして。
すでにグランシルを含むローランディア南部からこの辺りまでは我が思想に賛同する傭兵たちの手で制圧されている。
グランシルが俺のいねえ間に。
ところでウェイン、お前には見どころがある。どうだ、俺と組まないか。
俺を陥れようとしたくせに今度は手を貸せというのか。
あれは偶然だ。お前を陥れようとしたわけじゃない。シュナイダーに命じられたものが戦争のきっかけとなる予定だったのだ。
ならばどうして戦争を起こした。
ローランディアもバーンシュタインも俺たちに攻撃してくるだろう。その前に両国の兵力を少しでも削いでおく必要があったからだ。
なるほど。やり方はどうあれ作戦としては的を射ているな。
ちょっとゼノスさん。
俺も傭兵家業をやっているからな。奴らの気持ちがわからんでもない。
さあどうだウェイン、俺に力を貸せ。両国の兵力は疲弊したとはいえ手駒は大いに越したことはない。
新しい歴史の創生に立ち会ってみるのも面白いな。
隊長。
悪いなシャロン、俺は奴の話に乗ってみる。
一度は陥れられるところだったんでしょ。それなのに信じるの。
彼はそれを認めた上で俺を誘っている。確かにマックスが俺たちを選んだだけであいつが俺たちを選んだわけじゃない。
どうやら本気らしいわね。
そういうわけだ。
インペリアルナイトを目指していると思ったのに私の見込み違いでした。
お前はどうする。
どうせオイラには帰るところなんてないからさ。
ゼノスだ。お前はどうする。
少し考えさせてくれ。
そうか。とりあえず明らかに敵対するそっちの女どもはウェイン、お前が片付けろ。それが終わったら俺のところへ顔を出せ。
逃げましょうシャロン。はい。
You're pathetic!
Is everyone behind the battle lines now?
Yes, they've fallen back. We're the only ones left.
Then we should retreat as well.
You think you can walk away after provoking a fight? Think again.
Well, we were, hoping.
Is everyone alright?
Thank God you've come.
Just you? What happened to the others?
They were all defeated further ahead. We're the only ones left.
Mr. String Jeans here is causing all the trouble?
If you doubt that, step forward and test my blade.
Lyle?
I cannot stand idle and allow Bernstein to fall. However,
given some of the comments that I had on my last couple of posts, I figured now would be the perfect time to make this video. It's a video I've always wanted to make, but I don't know, never really, other videos took priority. So a couple of years ago I made a video called All Love is Conditional. I won't rehash what I said in that video here. You guys can go watch that if you give a fuck about what I said in that video. I'm gonna say something similar in this video though. All friendships are conditional. Now, let me take a sip of soda. I slipped there. Sip of water. The Toontown people are always reminding me of my old phrases, so. Hey, I haven't drinking soda in years. It's no coincidence that a lot of my videos that talk about cutting off weak energy talk about cutting off weak friends and bad friends and friends that don't serve you any purpose. And it's also no coincidence that, you know, some people that I blocked recently are very angry that I so easily discarded them or that I led them on or whatever fucking narcissistic shit they like to say. Here's the thing, man. You guys have got to understand something very important. All friendships are conditional. To the point where most people overuse the word friend. I mean, that word is something that has long lost its meaning. Nowadays, people think that anybody they grew up with is their friend. That anybody they went to school with is their friend. That anybody they fucking play sports with is a friend. You know. And if you consider these people your friends, understand that is still conditional. You're friends with these people under the condition that y'all continue to live in the same neighborhood. You're friends with these people under the condition that y'all continue to be on the same sports team. You're friends with these people under the condition that there's something that's mutually attracting all of y'all together. If you consider these guys your friends. And understand something, that friendship will only remain as long as those conditions are not broken. In the video where I talked about how all love is conditional, you know, people commented, oh, what if you have a child? What if you have a daughter? Well, a father loves his daughter under the condition that that is his daughter. If a father ever finds out that the daughter is not his, watch how quickly the relationship changes. It's the same thing with friendships. Now, the mistake that a lot of people make is because, again, people are taught this concept of loyalty, right? They're taught to worship loyalty, be loyal to your friends no matter what, tolerate all kinds of disrespect, tolerate all kinds of shit because that's what friends do. And if you guys noticed in the post that I made, what was the reason I blocked that guy? Because he did something disrespectful. I don't tolerate disrespect, man. If you don't nip that shit in the bud immediately, then people begin to think that it's okay to escalate that behavior to where the disrespect is rampant. And, I give people that I actually give a shit about, I'll give them a warning first. Like, I'll give you an example. Yesterday, right? A chick that I used to talk to, I noticed that she's made like 10 different Instagram accounts. So I asked, like, why do you always make new accounts? You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you guys some game here. She asked, why do you care? And I just said, because it's you. And she read the message, she took a day to respond, and then she was like, it's not because it's me, it's because you get no bitches. See, women do this thing where they're always trying to gauge how many different chicks you're talking to. And they're always trying to gauge like where they're at in the hierarchy. Now, I wasn't gonna lie to her, because you guys know me, man. I tell you guys, don't lie to women, right? I wasn't gonna lie to her and say that you're the one I prefer talking to the most. I'm not gonna lie and say that. Instead, again, don't argue with women. Get them to submit to you. Instead, I said, you're not usually hostile to me. What's wrong? So, and I ain't gonna put any more of that chick's business out there. I mean, she's never gonna see this video, I don't think. But I mean, I don't know. I've learned recently that like, if women know a little bit about you, they can find all of your social media. So who knows? She could be watching this video right now, but I doubt it. She's not really like these types of videos don't really appeal to her. Anyways, though, so I mean, yeah, people that I care about, I'll give a little bit of leeway to, and with women, you gotta treat them differently anyways, because women are not men. There's gonna be people that argue with me that men and women are the same because they don't hang around women. They don't understand. Their brains are completely different, right? If a guy says that to me, I handle it differently. If a woman says that to me, well, I mean, again, it depends on how much of a fuck I give. If it's somebody I don't give a fuck about, I just block them both, man or woman. But if it's somebody I have a rapport with, I'll try to kind of see what the problem is, and then we'll go from there. Nonetheless, that's a condition. I'm friends with people under the condition that there isn't any disrespect. And if there is some disrespect, that shit's getting nipped in the bud immediately. Okay? It's to the point to where, people online think I have some type of magical brainwashing powers because my girlfriends don't argue with me. They don't cause me drama. My friends don't cause me drama. It's not that I have brainwashing powers. It's that I set a line. I set a boundary. You cross that boundary, you're gone. You guys should try it sometime. Nonetheless, that's kind of why people like to argue with me that all love isn't conditional and friendships aren't conditional, because they don't have any fucking boundaries to begin with. And again, what happens is that they learn the hard way when a chaotic situation arises, because again, natural order is chaos. You see who your real friends are when chaos happens, okay? When a real situation arises to where you really need friends, that's when you learn the hard way that you ain't got no fucking friends. Unless you were very good at selecting the people you give your energy to. Now, I know, man, you guys are probably tired of the video game openings, but The main reason I chose those scenes to open up this video is because what did those scenes show? That if you met certain conditions, the greatest antagonist in the game would offer you to join him. Now, there's multiple different endings to the game, and you don't really get it. There's no like official canon ending for Growlancer 2 because Growlancer 3 takes place before Growlancer 2, and Growlancer 2 is kind of like the end of that chronological order. Well, unchronological order, because it goes 3, then 1, then 2. And then 4 and up, they take place in a different world. But when you meet certain conditions, your enemy offers you to join him. Now, I always take this path because I think, because like it's just, the thing is, right? Listen to what Wolfgang says in the opening video. I'm not concerned about what they will do. I'm concerned about what I will do. It's obvious who I would side with. Well, I don't pick sides anyways, but you know, if I'm in a video game world, because I do what's best for me. But if I'm in the video game world, man, yeah, I'm following this guy. I don't follow anybody. There's actually, you can double cross him later on and do your own shit. But all friendships are conditional. Now, if you refuse his offer, the girl Charlotte even says, I thought you were going to take his offer, because the game kind of presents it as like that's the most logical. That guy has the strongest energy, so you should side with him, right? And then later on, if you continue down his path, you meet a banished Imperial Knight called Ernest Lyle, who essentially says, I'm gonna solo all of you guys. I'm not letting my kingdom fall. And right when he was about to get killed, guess who came and rescued him? A friend of his that was responsible for him getting banished in the first place because he chose his kingdom over his friendship with Lyle. But despite that, he was not going to let his friend die, man. That's why they only banished him. It's a really good game. It's a really good universe. It's a deep game, guys. Like I would recommend playing it at least once. And those scenes essentially show that all friendships are conditional. Reeves was friends with Lyle under the condition that he never betrayed his kingdom. And he would forgive Lyle under the condition that he came back to the kingdom. Now, in that particular universe, a single Imperial Knight is worth 100 soldiers. That's why, even in those little clips that I showed y'all, they are stupidly powerful. Fucking just casually summoning meteors and shit. But let's bring this back to real life, because video game world is not real life world, okay? A lot of people have been taught to worship loyalty and kind of just tolerate everything from anybody. In the modern world, you're taught that having boundaries is bad. You're taught that having standards makes you a misogynist. You're taught that, you know, having boundaries and standards with people means you're an incel. Fuck all that, man. It's better to have, I mean, think about what the fuck just happened in the video I just showed y'all. Would y'all rather have 2 good friends that can summon meteors to save you? Or would you rather have 100 fucking useless friends that'll get slaughtered when it's wartime? You know, that's completely metaphorical. But in real life, you know, quality is a thing. You got these fucking narcissistic communists that are going around trying to convince people in my comments section that everybody is equal and nobody's above anybody else. Guys, you can't be leaving the house if you think that. You can't. There's always a hierarchy. In nature, there's always a hierarchy. You're going to have friends that are worth a damn. You're going to have friends that are, you won't have friends that are useless if you don't befriend these people in the first place. But you're going to have people that are worth a damn, that are worth giving your energy to, and you're going to have people that are worthless little leechers that you shouldn't give your energy to at all. You know, my whole thing is preventing yourself from getting bad friends in the first place, because your squad is only as strong as your weakest link guys, as your weakest member guys, as above so below. I'm never going to have a direct conversation with either of the guys that have been spamming my comments lately, because I've crushed that bridge. I don't want to interact with you people anymore, because you guys essentially, even though I initially got the information wrong, more details came out later and I saw what the truth was, but it didn't matter because chaos showed and revealed exactly the type of people you guys truly are, you know? The worst type of people you can be friends with are narcissist little bitches that say my truth, right? Your truth, your belief. Like people, because why do narcissists use this type of language? When you say my truth, you're essentially saying that there's no way I can be wrong. No. You have the truth, you have everything else. Okay? A condition that I make for my friends is that they must always walk the path of trying to find out what is true. The second that condition is violated, I get rid of them. Those two guys showed through what happened, through what I showed y'all in the screenshots, right, of my post. Those guys essentially showed that when a little bit of chaos happens, they're going to revert back to beliefs, opinions, philosophies, ideologies, you know, my troops, just shit that doesn't fucking matter instead of what is actually true. And this is what happens in a nutshell. The people who you choose to befriend, at some point the universe is going to test that friendship. With women you choose to get into a relationship with, at some point the universe is going to test the strength of that relationship. I had a situation where, this was a couple of weeks ago, a chick I blocked because she did something disrespectful. She messaged me on Instagram, right? She gave a half-assed apology and didn't even address the reason I blocked her in the first place. And I just knew she was up to something. Her energy was red, her eyes were dark, and I could just feel that she was up to something. So I'm like, I could just block her again, but let me find out what she's up to. So I humor her, and she's like, yeah, blah, 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 I'm sorry, by the way, I noticed you follow my cousin. I'm like, who the fuck is your cousin? And she's like, so-and-so. And I'm like, is that her Instagram name? Because I'm not seeing anybody with, and then she linked me to chick's Instagram. And I'm like, oh, that explains why y'all look similar. I just thought y'all were friends or something, but interesting. Small world. So she tried to give me an order, right? You guys know I don't follow orders. So can you stop following my cousin? And I'm like, no. She didn't do anything to me to warrant unfollowing her. And then she got angry because, again, the narcissist worships control. She saw that I'm somebody that she can control, and she got angry, right? And I eventually, because, again, don't argue with females, make them submit to you. I eventually got her to become compliant and submissive, and she proceeded to send me a bunch of nice pictures while I was working. So everything was good, right? Everything was stable. But during that conversation, again, I tell you guys not to lie to women, right? She was like, there's somebody you like more than me, isn't there? And I basically was like, yeah, there is, right? And that's when she started sending me all the pictures to try to get control over me. It didn't fucking work, man. When you're a guy that's used to hot chicks fucking doing stuff for you, that shit doesn't faze you anymore. So a couple of days later, I got done working out. You know what I'm saying? Making my body look nice. I come home, I eat some food, I go to sleep. I wake up, I look at the nice bright sun, I take a stretch. I look at my messages and she's like, "You're following my cousin again. I'm done with you." I'm thinking in my head, again? I never stopped following her in the first place. So I didn't argue with her. I simply replied with okay, then blocked her again, and I'm never going to talk to her again. See, that's a third condition that I have, right? You only get two chances. You get the initial chance when we first meet, and then you get one more chance if you've done something stupid and I choose to forgive you. You're not getting another one after that. Because humans are creatures of habits. The strongest humans in the world, they fix a bad habit early and they don't do it anymore so that they continue to evolve and get stronger. Weaker humans, on the other hand, they'll continue to do the same mistakes over and over and over and over again, and then they wonder why they never get any results. So people that observe some of the stuff that I do, how easily I cut people off, even people I've known for years, if they break one of the conditions, you guys may see it as extreme, but what some of you guys have got to understand is I'm a good bit older than a lot of y'all. And I'm always interacting with people. I've met thousands of people in my life. I've gotten to the point to where I can identify early if somebody's going to get it or if somebody isn't going to get it, right? And it's rare that I make a mistake on that. I made a mistake recently, a couple of months ago. But that was like the only mistake I've made in terms of reading somebody over the last couple of years. You know, people that get it. I mean, you guys saw in the video game clip, like when somebody is different, it stands out. Anyways, guys, this video really doesn't need to be much longer because I think I've more than thoroughly covered the points. All friendships are conditional. All love is conditional. All relationships are conditional. Those of you people that believe you have no conditions, what I hope is going to happen is you're going to be put in a situation where you realize you have no friends. And then once that happens to you, I hope after that you begin to have some standards, you begin to have some conditions, so that way if you're put in a chaotic situation again, you can see what real friends look like. And yeah, I'm gonna end this video with a nice little friendship clip. See you guys later.